You've been told that time is money, that speed is power, that if you don't keep up, you'll fall behind. But what if hurry isn't a lifestyle? What if it's a spell? What if the real cage isn't built from walls, but from tempo? Because when everything moves too fast, you don't notice what's happening inside you. You don't feel the moment your attention gets stolen. You don't feel the moment your thoughts stop being yours. Ancient mystics had a name for forces like this, not monsters with claws, but rulers of perception, architects of distraction. Today, I'm not going to ask you to believe in anything. I'm going to show you a pattern that has one weakness, one thing it cannot survive. Not rebellion, not arguments, not fear. It can't survive still awareness. Because the keepers of time, the invisible rulers of hurry, feed on one resource only, your fragmented attention. And their greatest fear is simple, that you'll slow down long enough to remember who is watching your life. To understand the method that breaks this spell, we have to travel back, not to a specific year, but to a shift in human consciousness. There was a time when people measured life by seasons, by sunsets, by breath. A time when the sky was a calendar and the body was a compass. Then something changed. Time stopped being a rhythm and became a weapon. Not because clocks are evil, but because when time becomes a constant scoreboard, the mind begins to live in a state of pursuit. Always chasing, always catching up, always late. And here's the hidden cost. A mind that lives in pursuit cannot be present. And a mind that cannot be present can be programmed. The Gnostics spoke of rulers, powers that govern the lower realms of mind. They described them as forces that imitate reality, distort it, and keep the soul asleep through confusion. But listen closely. Whether you call them archons, rulers, or currents, the mechanism is the same. They don't need your surrender. They only need your speed. Because speed breaks your awareness into pieces, and pieces are easy to control. There is a voice in many people's heads that sounds like truth. It speaks in urgency. It speaks in pressure. It speaks in should. You should respond now. You should prove yourself. You should worry. You should optimize. You should fix everything. This voice feels like intelligence, but it's not wisdom. It is what I call the counterfeit oracle. It predicts disaster. It demands action. It creates endless important tasks. And the more you obey it, the more it grows. Because it doesn't feed on results, it feeds on your nervous system. The oracle doesn't care if you succeed. It cares that you remain hooked. Hooked to the next notification. Hooked to the next fear. Hooked to the next thought that says, not yet. And that is the first illusion, that your life is always about to begin, right after the next thing is done. The mystic said the soul is not saved by belief, it is saved by remembrance. Not memory like facts, remembrance like recognition. A sudden inner knowing, I am here, I am awake, I can see. And the keepers of time, they can't stop you from remembering directly. So they do something clever. They make sure you never stop long enough to remember. They keep you in the future, or they keep you in the past, because the present moment is dangerous to them. The present moment is where your awareness becomes whole, and a whole awareness is uncontrollable. Think about it. Have you noticed how the most transformative moments in life often happen when time slows down? A sunrise you didn't rush through, a quiet room, a deep breath that brought you back, a moment of grief that cracked you open and made you real again. That's not an accident. The spell breaks when you become honest enough to feel the moment you're in. The old text spoke in symbols, 7 powers, 7 bindings, 7 rulers of the mind. So let's translate that into something you can recognize right now. The keepers of time wear 7 masks. 1. The mask of urgency. Everything must happen now. Panic is the fuel. 2. The mask of comparison. You're behind. You're late. Others are ahead. 3. The mask of noise. Constant input so you never hear your own signal. 4. The mask of identity. I am what I produce. I am what I achieve. 5. the mask of fear. If you slow down, something will go wrong. 6. The mask of control. Planning becomes obsession. Thinking becomes a cage. 7. The mask of self-rejection. You are not enough until you do more. These masks don't attack you, they convince you. They convince you that the cage is normal, that the chain is ambition, that the pressure is just how life is. And that is their masterpiece. Now we reach the core. The keepers of time cannot be defeated by fighting, because fighting is still reaction, and reaction is their food. They are dissolved by something quieter, unhurried awareness. Here is the method, simple but not easy. When you feel hurry rise in your body, do not obey it immediately. Do not argue with it. Do not shame yourself for it. Just do this. Pause and notice where the hurry lives. Is it in your chest, your throat, your stomach? Then whisper inwardly, "I see you." That's it. Those 3 words are a blade, because the moment you see a state clearly, you stop being possessed by it. The keepers of time can't operate in clarity. They require unconsciousness. They require your automatic yes. But your awareness is not automatic. Awareness is the one thing they cannot imitate. Here's a practice you can try today. I call it the mirror. When you're triggered, stressed, or rushed, ask, "What is my attention touching right now?" Then ask, "Is it nourishing me or feeding the spell?" If it's feeding the spell, doom scrolling, argument cycles, endless worry, don't judge it. Just turn attention back to the simplest real thing you can feel. Your breath, the weight of your body, the sound in the room. Because reality is always here, illusion is always elsewhere, and that's why this works. The spell lives in your absence from the present. The moment you return, it weakens. But what if your life is truly busy? What if you can't just sit in a cave and breathe? Good, because the goal isn't to escape the world, it's to awaken inside it. This is where the flame comes in. The flame is the ability to take the very energy of hurry and refine it into presence. Hurry says, go faster. Presence says, go deeper. Do one thing at a time, not as productivity, as liberation. When you drink water, drink water. When you walk, walk. When you speak, feel your words. That sounds small, but small is exactly where the spell dies. Because the keepers of time thrive on the dramatic. They thrive on extremes. They thrive on the feeling that life is always on fire. Presence is water. And water doesn't fight fire with rage. It simply removes the heat. Here is the deepest layer. Time moves, experiences change, bodies age, but the awareness that watches is not moving the same way. You can test it. Notice your thoughts appear, your emotions appear, your memories appear, but something remains steady enough to notice them. That steady presence is the spark the mystic spoke about. Not a belief, a direct experience. And once you taste it, even for a second, you understand why the rulers fear it. Because a person who is aware is no longer hypnotized. They can still be busy, but they are not owned by hurry. They can still feel fear, but they do not worship it. They can still live in the world, but they are not asleep inside it. And water doesn't fight fire with rage. It simply removes the heat. So tonight, before you sleep, do this. Close your eyes, take one slow breath, and say inwardly, I return to the present. Then ask, what part of me is untouched by the rush? Don't answer with words, listen. That listening is the method, not a war of swords, but a quiet uprising of consciousness. Because the keepers of time were never gods. They were patterns. And patterns end the moment you see them. If something in this message resonated, share your reflection below. Your insight might be the spark someone else needs to remember. And if you want to go deeper, I'll leave a link in the description to a free guide I created, The Unhurried Mind, a practical Gnostic path back to presence. Remember, the truth isn't something you find, it's something that awakens inside you. the moment you slow down enough to see. Slow down. Return to the present. If this resonated, subscribe to Siggy Piet's Spirit and Sound, and remember the light.